Excellent. So we're going to talk about how selling on Amazon. And just to start, my name is Miriam Golubgir, and I am the Chief Amazement Officer of Digital Marketing Experts. I've been in the industry for about 18 years. I started this business 10 years ago, and I came in with 8 years of experience in telecom, e-commerce, IPTV, AI development, broadband, and renewable energy, followed by finance. So when I came in, the idea was to start a business that helps small to medium-sized businesses that are looking to grow their business. My specialty is digital marketing strategies, social media marketing strategies, website development, search engine marketing and optimization, and online advertising and video and mobile marketing. So we're going to talk about selling on Amazon Canada and if it's worth it. Okay. Now, when I talk about Amazon Canada, it also that doesn't necessarily mean you shouldn't sell in US or Mexico. It means that the start would start with Canada. Now, certain products and services will do better in Canada, or they will do better in US or Mexico. And again, there's a few factors that we need to talk about to see if this is a good opportunity for you or not. For example, if you're selling certain products in Mexico, does the country of Mexico allow you to sell those products in their country? The money that you will be collecting, is that money going to be worth the time, the effort, the advertising that you're going to be putting in promoting yourself on Amazon? So let's start with Canada. I always tell my customers, before you start selling on Amazon, ask yourself there's 20 questions, but here are the top 14 that I always ask. Is it worth the setup time? If I'm selling a product, is it worth me setting up Amazon? Because it's going to take time and effort and money to set it up. Do I have other sales channels? Am I going to be selling on Google Merchant? Am I going to be selling through my Shopify website? Am I going to be selling on Etsy? Are there any other channels that I'm going to be using in addition to Amazon? Is my product in demand on Amazon? And again, if it is in demand, what are my competitors are doing as far as selling the exact same product that I want to sell? And I would kind of look at what they're doing and try to do a little bit of an analysis as if they're selling it and I see a product has 5,000 reviews, that kind of gives me an idea that 5,000 people have bought this product off this individual. So if I come in, do I have to have a higher price or lower price? Do I have to have a better quality? Do I have to offer something that is a little different than my competitors? Or is that product something that is easy to purchase and get from Amazon versus me selling it at my store? Do I really care about the uniqueness of my product to be only on my Shopify or through Google or on Amazon? Can my profit margin support Amazon sales? And that's a very important question because there's costs associated with selling on Amazon. It's not like when we sell on Amazon, everybody looks at Amazon as, well, this is the perfect platform because clients will get my products right away. So it's a perfect platform. Yes, it is, but there are tons of costs associated with it. And does that eat up what I'm going to be making from it from the profit perspective? Am I okay with people buying from Amazon, from the Amazon brand and not mine? And that's another very important question, because if you want your brand to grow, is being on Amazon something that is going to hurt your brand, or is it going to boost your brand? What is your end goal? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to sell more products? Are you trying to grow your brand? Are you trying to create an affiliate program with others? What are you trying to achieve as far as your end results for selling on Amazon is? Can I afford to use fulfillment by Amazon? Now that's an incredibly important question, because a lot of times when an end user, when a business says, I'm going to sell through Amazon, but I want to do the shipping myself because it's more cost effective to me, am I going to be losing out on the perks that are provided by fulfillment? On the other side of that is, if I'm sending a bulk number of items to Amazon to sell for me. What if I don't sell all of it? How is that going to work with majority of my inventory sitting in Amazon in hopes that people are going to buy it? And can I take that for like, and how do I separate between how many products do I send to Amazon to be part of fulfillment and how many to not be? And the cost associated with it, can I personally afford that? How will Amazon work with my existing partner channels? So again, a lot of companies, if you're selling a product that actually doesn't belong to you and it belongs to another company, do they really will want you to sell their products on Amazon? So this is an important question to ask your partners. And if you have other channel partners that you're using, is this going to hurt your business or is it going to boost your business? Do I want to build a direct relationship with my clients? And that is something that you may or may not be able to achieve through Amazon, unless if you're using their platform to communicate with their customers. You will never have access to those email addresses unless if that end user wants you to have access to that email address. Whereas if you sell it through your Shopify, you might have access to that email address and you can resell and remarket back to that customer. Do I have enough upfront capital? Again, this is an important question. This goes back to your budget. Is this something that will make sense for your bottom line as far as the prices that you have to pay, the fees that you have to pay to Amazon? And do you have that money put aside? Because it's not just paying the monthly fees to Amazon, you also have to advertise on Amazon in order for you to be able to be part of the sponsored products and come up when someone's looking for that particular product. Would I be wholly dependent on Amazon sales? Again, if you have different channels that are selling for you, this won't be an issue. But if you want to solely put your products on Amazon, that's a big gamble. Will my products stand out? Again, this is another important question because on Amazon, there is a competitor for everybody. Unless if you're selling something that is out of this world, different than everybody else, there's a competitor for every single product that you're selling. So if you're going on Amazon and you're putting out a book and there's other people that are selling similar books than yours, how will your product stand out? Because when it comes to Amazon, they will not promote your products without the advertising dollars that needs to go behind it. And unless your product is so out of this world, it will be very hard to make it stand out on its own. Do I have a strong enough personal brand to say, you know what, this product's going to do well? This brand, I've worked on it for many years. A lot of people know about me. Now taking it to Amazon, it totally makes sense because my brand alone, it stands out. Here's an example. We have a client who sells solar air vents. They do phenomenally good for themselves in Canada and US. They went on Amazon. Their brand on its own didn't stand out because there's so many other competitors that are bigger than them as far as brands are concerned, even though they're doing very well for themselves outside of Amazon. So we had to rely on the advertising dollars to push and push and push their products up. And then the last question is, can I scale up on Amazon? And again, this is a very important question, and this should be part of your marketing plan. If you're going into Amazon, you should put together a marketing plan, identify who you're going to be selling to on Amazon, identify the price points that you're going to be selling at, products description to kind of identify what this product's going to give, do a SWOT analysis, which is kind of breaks down what are the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of your product being on Amazon. So once you figure this piece out, then we can talk about how to sell on Amazon successfully. So there's two types of way to get up. So number one, when someone searches for that particular product, and what do they see from the product detail page? And this is where your storefront comes in. So there's three components to a good Amazon page, to a good Amazon product. How the product is presented, how much information you've provided for that product, and how many of the tools that Amazon provides you've taken advantage of to promote this product so everybody can see it. So a really good image of your product is vital. being part of the fulfillment that Amazon provides is actually important as well. Providing good information about your product, enough that individuals can read and see if this is something that fits them, if there's any variations as far as color, size, anything that sets this product apart from different variations, adding that in there is very important. It's important to put in how available, like what are the shipping availabilities that you have. If you're doing a fulfillment by yourself, if you're using Amazon fulfillment, the shipment is based on the packages that you sign up for, and describing what this product does. Put videos, put something called A+ content that I'm going to talk about. So all of this makes a difference as to how presentable your product becomes on Amazon. And when it becomes presentable, then the searches start picking it up. It's as if you're optimizing this product to stand up higher and higher. And if your account has a good health, you have the ability to add in the button that says buy now. And that, again, that's part of the health of your Amazon account. So what are the benefits of selling in Amazon Canada? So in 2019, e-commerce retail trade sales in Canada averaged about 1.85 billion Canadian dollars. This figure means approximately 28.1 million Canadians have engaged in the online purchases in the same year. So 2019, 2020 was the beginning of, well, it wasn't actually the beginning, but it was a big jump in number of people that purchased online, again, due to what we were going through with the pandemics and the buying powers that came into the picture, and they were able to make a lot of purchases. Now, this number has dropped in 2023. However, the convenience of buying online hasn't changed. People still want to buy online, buy off Amazon, get it delivered to the door within 2 minutes, 2 days, maximum 2 days to maybe a week. So that buying power is still there. So what you want to do is you want to choose wisely which products kind of make sense to be sold on Amazon. You want to have a customized marketing strategy. And this is when you do that marketing plan and you write it down. You're like, this is what I want to do. This is the plan I have. Look up your competitors and see what they're doing. You want to choose the best-selling products for the Canadian consumers. And again, do a bit of a digging as to what your competitors are going to be doing, what they're doing, and what works for them. Balance out your product's pricing based on the demand that it has, and prepare your operations and custom fit them according to the protocols. Now, those protocols are very important when it comes to Amazon. A lot of what happens with Amazon is machine learned, and there are rules and regulations that have set in there where everything is more automated. So if you are putting a product to be sold on Amazon, it has to match the exact protocols that they have for Amazon Canada. Here are some of the top selling products on Amazon Canada. So electronics, light block glasses, apparels, LED lights, strip lights, books, water bottles, video games, yoga mats, office supplies, beauty items. This beauty item is a huge category. Pet items are a huge category as well. Holders include phone holders, car phone holders, and it kind of matches the electronic accessories. Paddle boards were pretty big in Canada, and there still are. Supplements, pillows, coffee, and tea are also big in Canada. This is a big list, but these are the top selling items. That doesn't mean your item may or may not make it, but there's a lot of items that do. How big is, so I have a question in the chat. It says, how big is the food and snack sales on Amazon? That's a really good question. There's a bit of a controversy when it comes to the food and snack category, mainly because of all the Canadian Food Federation rules and regulations. So you have to look into that to see if you can put your products online. But as far as, for example, hot sauce is a really big one. Food supplements are pretty big ones. Spices do very well. Majority of snacks do extremely well. And it also has to do with the positioning of your product. So if you position yourself to be in a couple of different categories, you might be doing well as well. I love that you guys asking questions. So feel free to ask questions in the chat and I will answer them. So how to sell on Amazon, Canada, and US. So in the past, so 23% of Canadian marketplace sellers already sell in US. And I promote this. I think it's very important that if you can sell your products to US, you should, because it's a much bigger market. Now, in the past, sellers had to set up separate accounts for Canada and a separate account for US, separate account for Mexico. Now they amalgamated everything under North America. So you can have an amazon.com.ca and a .mx account. So this way, instead of you paying $39 a month for 3 different accounts, you can pay for one major account that has everything in it. However, when it comes to your banking piece, you have to be very careful. So when you set up your banking piece, if you are a Canadian business, you only get to put one account. So you can only put your Canadian account. If you sell more in US, then, or you think that you have a higher potential to sell in US, only put your US account. So whichever account that you put in, that's the one that's going to use. And then it will do the conversion, the currency conversion in there, so you can start collecting money. So what items cannot be sold on Amazon? So in general, there are more restrictions on products. If a business is going to claim something like organic certifications, FDA approval, or dangerous goods. So majority of the products that have like any sort of a battery, there's a restriction on that. If there are products that have food and you're claiming organic, there's a problem with that. If you're claiming any sort of a, also, if you're claiming that there's a diet piece to this where the person is going to lose weight, there's restrictions attached to that as well. Even selling items for babies or consumables can be fraught with more loopholes than many other ones. So before you put your products online, do your due diligence and make sure that you've done your research as to which products you might get flagged when you put your products online. Another category that I didn't add in here that you should be aware of is if you sell jewelry. So jewelry, if you're selling gold, there are restrictions to that. If you're selling gems, there are restrictions to that because you have to have an existing brick and mortar store that sells that product for you at the brick and mortar store. And then you have to have an up to a certain amount of tens of thousands of dollars worth of sales in order for you to be able to sell it online as well. Certain jewelries, if it's fake, that's fine. You can go ahead and do that. But if you're claiming this is gold or of a value, you have to look into the restrictions for that as well. So I gave you the bare minimum here. So how much money do I need to start an Amazon account? I want to explain it a little bit more. So if you're starting from scratch as a brand new business with no existing supply chain, your investment will be higher, okay? But at the basic level, an Amazon professional selling account is $39. And I broke this down in another slide and I'll go over it with you. In the US, and if you're registering with the brand registry, you'll need to register it for a trademark, which is roughly around $350. And this will get the ball rolling. However, there are other fees attached to this. And I highly recommend doing not just an Amazon plan budget, but also do a marketing plan budget for going on Amazon, because it will make a difference. When you advertise on Amazon, you have to put money aside for advertising. Now, how much that money is going to be is dependent on how much advertising you want to do for that product. Certain products are very image. So all products are, it's important to have a good image of what that product is. But some products you can get away with having a display ad. Other products, you will depend on the description of what this product is. And that includes search advertising. So you want to have money put aside, and the best rule of thumb that I have for you is to say, I'm willing to spend $10 to $20 a day on advertising all my products. Now, that $10 a day kind of goes up to be like about $300 per month. And if you do 20, it's about $600 a month. Now, can you afford that? If you can, you have to multiply that by, let's say you're in the market for 12 months. So it's 300 times 12 that you're going to be advertising to push this product over. We're going to talk about that a little bit when we go into the pricing as well. So when do I get paid? So what usually happens is when you sell online, Amazon professional sellers get paid every 2 weeks. Now it shows into, if you're doing any sort of an advertising as well, what ends up happening is it gives you a balance credit in your seller's central account. And it says you have an X amount of balance. If it reaches a certain amount, then what happens is they will send that money to you. Now there are other complications as well. So shipping and delivery dates of the product sold in the previous 14-day window is one of the complications. And it also takes up to 5 business days for money to appear in your bank account. Now, there are other surcharges and fees on Amazon. So what they usually do is whatever money you've accumulated in there, they take their piece and then they send you the remaining balance that's left. So chargebacks, advertising fees can also result in less money arriving into your bank account. So you'll see that balance, and that balance can, it will go up, but then every month and every sale, they take that piece of whatever portion that you're eligible for first, and then they'll send you that money. Any questions so far? Okay, good. So let's get to the next piece. This is the budget part I was talking about. So selling on Amazon prices. So there's a $39.99 monthly subscription fee that you have to pay. This is for selling more than 40 items a month. Okay. Individual sellers that sell less than $40 a month don't have to pay a monthly subscription fee. But you have to have a professional seller's account. So you still end up paying that money anyways. So there's a per item fee. So professional sellers don't have to pay a per item fee. So this is for the individual sellers. This is when you don't have a business name and you're trying to do it under yourself. And that is about 99 cents per the item that you're selling. Then there's a shipping fee. So if you're doing self-fulfilled orders, Amazon shipping rate applies to media products, books, music, videos, DVDs, softwares, and video games sold by the professionals. And all the products sold by individuals as well. Now, here's what happens. There's an algorithm. When you say, I am doing a shipping fee, if you're saying that I'm going to cover the shipping, your products come below the fold. The products that are covered by Amazon Fulfilled are always above the fold, okay? So if you are selling and fulfilling it by Amazon, you're always going to be above the fold. Now, there's rates, and I'm going to show you what the rates are in the next slide as well. For Amazon Fulfilled orders, sellers are charged for fulfillment and a storage fee and optional services in the additional for selling fee. So that is, again, you have to consider this before you go on Amazon because it all adds up. So for every product that you're selling and you're giving away a percentage of that for the fulfillment, and it makes sense because you're sending them a skid of your products. Of course, they're going to have to store it and, sort it out. So they are going to charge you. But is that something that you can actually say, I can afford this, so this does make sense for my business? And when you do your budget, again, be very realistic with that budget. And when you say, yes, I can afford it, how long can you afford it is very important. Because if your business on Amazon is not going to start producing within the first day that it's there, it's going to take 5 to 7 business days for your product to be shipped to the fulfillment center. Then it's going to take another 2 to 3 days for them to sort it out. And then you're able to sell it. But they start charging you right away. So can you afford that? And is that something that's part of your overall plan? Then there's a referral fee. So sellers pay a referral fee on each item sold. So items in several categories, have a per item minimum referral fee, okay? So sellers pay the referral fee or the per item minimum fee, which is a lot more. So I've actually done a little screenshot for you guys to see it. So there's a referral fee percentage of 45% on Amazon device accessories. Baby products are 8% on items that are $10 or less, and 15%. And then you pay a minimum referral fee of 30 cents. So calculate these. So if you have 10 items that you're selling, times, let's say each item that you're selling, each product that you're selling, let's say you have 10 of them going in or 20 of them going in, you're paying 30 cents for each one of these items that are being sold. So take a look at the categories and kind of figure out, do I fit into this and how much is that going to cost me? And then there's a variable closing fee. So individuals and professionals pay a variable closing fee for each media items that are sold. So if you're selling any item that's in the media category, you're paying a closing fee as well. So again, the idea is calculate your cost before you say, I'm going to put my product on Amazon, and look at your overall cost per product that you're planning to sell online. The next one is selling on, so this is the shipping cost. So if you're opting in to use the fulfillment, then you'll have to pay a series of fees, okay, on top of the charges that you're using. So the FBA US fees are outlined here. I have the US ones outlined here, but they're literally only 10% different than the Canadian ones. So there's a $2.41 for the standard size small, anything at a pound or less. For the large ones are $3.19, $4.71 for anything that's large. So take a look at this. This is very important. So if you're a professional seller and you're fulfilling your own orders, Amazon will pay you a shipping credit on every sale to cover your cost. But it's important to know that, like, to be aware of how much it actually costs to ship your product. That's another issue that we've been facing in Canada. Shipping costs are very high right now. So you want to make sure that you are aware of what that costs are. Fulfilled by merchant fees are selling through Amazon's fulfillment by merchant. So this is another option you have. This means that while you list your products on Amazon platform, you're responsible for handling and shipping this product directly to the customer. Again, if you do this, you're below the fold. So if they're looking at your products, everything that's fulfilled by Amazon comes on top and you'll be at the bottom. There's also cost involved in Amazon FBM, primarily includes listing fees and referral fees, okay? So every product listed on Amazon is subject to a referral fee, which is a percentage of the product sales price. And this percentage varies depending on the product category. If you choose the professional selling plan, your monthly subscription fee will apply compared to individual sellers. Now, the other piece that I want you to know is that you selling as an individual, there's a lot of perks that you will not have access to, but you will have access to that if you're selling as a professional. Okay. Once you decided, okay, this is the platform for me, I'm done, I want to go on Amazon, I'm super happy, I can afford it all, it's perfect, I have a budget for selling, I have a budget for advertising, I have everything taken care of. Here are some of the selling strategies. So as a reseller, you want to find popular products that already exist and offer them on Amazon stores, okay? So this could be water bottles, it could be phone accessories, do that. If you own a brand, so if you are a brand owner, you manufacture your own products or source goods to sell under a private label, you want to offer them as like a unique selection to people. So both would work for you. There's a lot of people that do reseller program, but if you own a brand, so one of our clients, they own their own brand of dog waste bags. And They have a channel set up and they do very well for themselves. And they have the trademark and the copyright on their name. They have the trademark. So their process was a little different when we set them up. As a reseller, if you're reselling a product, you also have to have the rights to sell that product. So you might have to show paperwork with the manufacturer of that particular product that you're selling, that you have the right to sell that product online. One of the perfect examples that we had tried to sell a product that belonged to a vitamin company through one of our clients on Amazon. And the company came back and said, I absolutely not, I do not want my products to be sold on Amazon. There's a lot of liability attached to it. We don't want that. So we had to pull back on that project and rethink. And a lot of times you need that paperwork because if you're reselling a very popular product, that company could flag you, and you don't want to get flagged, because if you get flagged, you lose the health of your Amazon page, and you don't, your Amazon account. You don't want to lose that. Okay, so how do we go about this? So what you're going to do is you're going to create an Amazon seller account. So you go to whether amazon.com or .ca and you get started. So before you sign up, you want to make sure you're ready with the following information. So you have to have a business email address or an Amazon customer account. You need a chargeable credit card. You need government IDs to prove that you're a real human being. Tax information, phone number, and a bank account to connect this whole thing together. So you go in and you set up an Amazon Seller Central and you set up your account there for you. Once you set that piece up and everything is good and you got the seal of approval from Amazon to get started, you want to add your products. So what can you sell on Amazon? It depends on the products category and brands. And we talked about some of the top 10 products. Now, those are the top 10s. That doesn't mean your product may not be able to be sold on Amazon. You just have to research it to see if this is the product that you can sell on Amazon. Some of the categories are open to all sellers. Some require a professional selling account and some require an approval to sell. This is when the manufacturing company has to approve it. And some may say you may not sell to Canada, only to US, or vice versa. To sell branded products protected by copyright, trademarks, or patent, you must be a legal owner of the brand or an authorized reseller. That's incredibly important. So when you go into your Seller Central account, you can go in and check on the health of your, sorry, not necessarily the health of your account, but the health of you starting to sell, and kind of see how, if it's allowed, if what you're trying to sell, you have all the legal rights, and if you can go ahead and do that. It's very simple to do. Once you've done that, then you click on inventory and you start adding your products. This is when you start building your pages and you say, well, I want to give a good information about what my product is, and kind of, put in the product listing. So when you go in, the brand name is decided by you. If there's a certain models, you want to add that in there. So most of the products listing has to include a product identifier. So it's either GTIN or a UPC or ISBN or a EAN specifier. So if you're reselling someone else's product, the company you're reselling from, they have to provide you with all of this. You can get a UPC code directly from GS1 or request an exemption. Now, if you request an exemption, then the chances of you being able to sell that product everywhere to every category is very slim. So if you can get the right GTIN number or UPC number, go ahead and do that. You also need an SKU, SKU, so an SKU number, which is a product ID you created to track your own inventory. So if you have a CRM system, a product management system, whether you created it or the system has created, that's a very important one. You want to offer details about your product's price, description, condition of that product, any sort of an availability, quantity availability that you have, and what are the shipping options. When it comes to doing any sort of a fulfillment by Amazon, whatever number of products you've sent to the fulfillment center, that is your number of quantity that you have. What ends up happening is that if your quantity reaches 8, so let's say you sent 30, when they reach 10, 8, 7, they pause your account because now they don't have enough products in their service, in their system. So you will need to replenish those products as well. And you will be able to see all this information in the reseller. You'll even get notification emails saying that, you know, your products are low in our fulfillment, resend us another batch before we bring this one particular product back up. Product details like name, brand, category, description, and images are extremely important. When you write your description, add in any sort of keywords that describes this product as well. So these keywords could be the keywords that you use to advertise these products as well. So let's say if you are selling an LCD HD TV, and that's a very popular keyword, add that into the product description so that you can come up on search on Google searches. And when you come up on Google searches, they can buy it directly off of your Amazon account. So keywords and key search terms really help. They're very important. If you can add them in the title as well, that would be an absolute bonus. And that kind of saves you a lot of advertising dollars as well, because you already organically coming up. So if, let's say, you are selling, you know, self-healing journals, and that is a very popular keyword, put that in the description. So for the titles, you get about 200 characters maximum. So capitalize the first letter on every word. That's very important. And make sure that you don't give unnecessary information in the title. Keep it sweet, keep it short, keep it precise. Images are good, 500 by 500 or 1,000 by 1,000 pixels to increase listing quality. If you can give a lot of photos on one product, if you can give any sort of a sizing, if you're selling a product that requires sizing, put that in there. If you can provide any sort of a video as well, you can add that in there as well. If your product has different variations in colors, scents, sizes, add that in there. Bullet points are short and descriptive sentences that you put in, and it kind of, you want to highlight the features and the benefit. Again, use those keywords. If the benefits, some of the keywords can be used for benefits or features, add that in them. That buy box is so important. That buy box is the health of your account, okay? So this, you have to have a very well described product page in order for you to keep that buy now button, okay? Hold on, there's a question. Let me answer this question. Okay, so if you have a product that has many competitors, do you pay for extra advertising to get your product towards the top of the search pages, even if you use good keywords? That's an excellent question. Yes. So you don't pay extra. What usually happens is once your pages are ready and you're ready to advertise, you have to advertise strategically. So even if you have a lot of competitors, you can create a niche group of people that are more interested in buying your product and only advertise to them. So this is when your marketing strategy is your marketing and advertising strategy is very important. Because if you've already done your marketing plan and you know who you're going after to sell this product to, you can use that in your advertising as well. And the other problem with advertising on Amazon is that everybody thinks I have to advertise to everybody and their grandparents on Amazon. No, you don't need to do that. You can pick a very small area and you can say, I want everybody that's looking for this one particular product in this one particular category, and I want them to be this age group, and that's all I'm going after. And that way you don't have to break the bank in advertising, but because you've optimized your page, and a couple other things that I'm going to mention, you've done those pieces, then you don't have to spend extra money. because you've already done the optimization so your page comes up, and you're doing a niche marketing, a niche advertising campaign where it's to a very small group of people. And once you get the sales rolling and you get more reviews and you have more positive reviews, your products will start coming up higher. So then that way you don't have to spend so much money on advertising either. So you'll come up, A, because you have an advertising campaign, and B, because you have high reviews. And a lot of people on Amazon look for products that have high reviews. I hope that answered your question. So, there's a section at the bottom here that says other offers. So this is the same product sold by multiple sellers. So this is one of the ad spots you want to get. So the ad that shows up on this, like the 6th place here, that's where you want to get your ads. And once you run your advertising, it gives you an option to run as other offers. And you say, yes, I want to be one of the other offers if they're looking at my competitor's product page. The last piece is your description. So keywords improve the chances of people finding your listing. So what you want to do is you want to go on Google Keyword Planner, put in your company's information in there or your website and the product you want to sell, or use one of your top competitors' company URL and the name of the product that you're selling, and look at those keywords and see what others are using and how much clicks those keywords get. Take your top 5, your top 10, and add them into your description. All right. How are we going to get how are we going to get more customers? So number 1, you want to offer fast shipping. And this is when going into fulfillment by Amazon is a very good strategy, because if I'm going to get it today, I'd rather get it today and not tomorrow. So if you can do it and you see that this is part of your marketing budget, do it. You want to advertise. Advertising makes a difference because you're going to come higher up and higher up and higher up. And you want to set a competitive pricing. Now, you don't want to, so when it comes to pricing, you got to be a little bit more strategic, because you can't undersell and pay a lot more to Amazon and not have any profit margins. So one of the misconceptions is that, well, I'm going to sell it for a lot less than my competitors for a long period of time in hopes that I'm going to get more customers at the end. It doesn't work like that. All along the way, you have to have at least a little bit of a profit margin as you go. I understand if within the first 2 months you're not making any profit, that I understand. But even if you're not making any profit, you have to at least break even, just because of the amount of costs that are involved in Amazon. Okay. So if you're setting a pricing and you want to be competitive, you can set up, you got to be very strategic, and you got to kind of look at what your competitors are doing and look at the number of reviews they have and kind of figure out how much they're selling it for. And if it's working for them, do I want to be in the same range as them, or maybe a couple of dollars less than them? So be a little bit more strategic when it comes to your competitive pricing. Another thing you can do is you can offer incentives and promotions. So when you are setting your pricing can stay the same, but let's say if they buy 2, 3, 4, 5 of the same item, you can give them a smaller percentage off to promote your product even further. Or if you can, this is another incredible strategy that not a lot of people use, but it's a fantastic strategy, that you can set up a subscription to a particular product on your Amazon account. So let's say if you're selling a sort of a product that I might need it on a monthly basis, let's say it's a shampoo, I might need it every couple of months. I can set up a subscription on Amazon, so I can buy them ongoingly. And that subscription piece guarantees that this person for the next 12 months is going to be buying this particular product from you, or the next 6 months or 3 months. So look at that as an option as well. There are 2 things that needs to happen on your Amazon account. Number 1, you have to set up something. So after you set up your product description, you have to set up something called an A+ content. So this is a feature on Amazon that allows sellers to enhance their products detail pages. and kind of put more visual, rich content like images and videos and like kind of comparison charts and, you know, kind of break down why do I need to buy this product from you and what makes you super special. So this is one thing that when you go into the central seller, it's an option that you get to set up. You can put images, you can put videos, you can put comparison, you can do charts, you can do Q&As. There's a lot that you can add in there. This has to be done under a professional seller's account. So you can't do it as an individual. So that's why I was telling you it makes sense to have a professional account, because this is one of the perks that you get to have. So once you do this and it meets all the requirements, because they're sticklers when it comes to this particular setup. But once you do it, this does make a huge difference in why people would want to buy from you. Because if you have more information about this product, images that they can relate to, a comparison of, you know, the different variations or the different types that you have, it makes it easier for them to say, okay, you know what, this person is the person I want to shop from. The second piece is the Amazon channel. Okay. So setting up an Amazon channel, typically refers to creating a channel that you can sell all the products that you have, and involves creating an Amazon seller's account again, and then kind of managing your fulfillment, your inventory and your fulfillment orders. So this way people can see all the other products you have. So this particular one, this is the iSolar Solutions page. So they have all their products into their channel, and they have a really cool video and a bit of an information about why you should buy this particular product from them. And this concludes our Amazon, selling on Amazon training. Does anybody else has any questions? Feel free to unmute yourself and ask. Was I really that good that nobody has any questions? Well, that's wonderful. Okay. So this will be available on our website, and I will send everybody a link to this presentation and the video. Feel free to review it. If you have any questions, please message me. You're more than welcome. Message me, and I am always available to answer any questions you might have. Okay? Have yourself a wonderful weekend, everyone. Take care. Oh, how can we message you? Elisa, I'm going to send you an email with the presentation. Feel free to email me back and ask any questions you have, okay? Bye, everyone.